In this video, I will show how to write numbers in scientific notation and how to perform division with numbers in scientific notation. So first, let's read the part A. According to the 2016 Canadian census, the population of Canada was 35,151,728. Round the number to the nearest million. So to round the number to the nearest million, we'll look at the million digits and the one on the right. So if the digit to the right is less than 5, then we'll just assign to all those positions zeros. So running this number to the nearest million will give us 35 million. And how do you write this number in scientific notation? Well, first of all, what does it mean to write a number in scientific notation? That means we're going to write it in this form, so that we have a number times 10 to the power n, where the number must be between 0 or between 1 and 10. That means to write this number in scientific notation, we have to move the decimal point all the way between 3 and 5. So, and then we have to count by how many times we move the decimal point. So let's count it: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That means this number in scientific notation is 3.5 times 10 to the power 7. Next question is very similar. So this time we have 623.17 billion. So to write that number, so what does it mean, billion? So billion is 10 with 10 to the power 9. So 10 to the power 3 is 1,000, 10 to the power 6 is a million, 10 to the power 9 is a billion. So 623.17 billion is this number. Now it says round the amount to the nearest 10 billion. So to round the amount to the nearest 10 billion means we have to first find the 10 billion digit. So it's this one, and then we're going to look to the right. And if that number again is less than 5, we're going to assign it to be a 0. So in this case, rounding the number will give us 620 billions. And now notice that it's not in scientific notation because 620 is not between 1 and 10. So to make it between 1 and 10, we're going to move this decimal to the left how many times? 2 times. So that means we have to add 2 to the 9 to account for that change. So the Canadian public debt written in scientific notation is 6.2 times 10 to the power 11. Now to find the public debt per capita, we take the total debt and we divide it by the population. Now we're going to perform the division separately on the numerical part and the power part. Now we know exactly what 10 to the power 11 over 10 to the power 7, that's just 10 to the power 4. And now we just have to compute what 6.2 divided by 3.5 is. So let's divide 3.5 into 6.2. It's the same as dividing 35 into 62. So we can remove that decimal there. And let's go ahead and divide 35 into 62. So it goes once. and 7. And there's another 7 there, and there's going to be some remainder. So approximately this number will be equal to 1.77 times 10 to the 4. Now, instead of scientific notation, we can just write this number out. So that will be equivalent to moving the decimal point 4 places to the right. So from here we move it 4 places to the right, and here's the number that represents the Canadian public debt per capita. So that is only $17,700 approximately.